Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Daily Vitamin D. I'm your host. I'm gonna walk you through some thoughts of mine, and we're gonna go from my brain to yours. But anyway, today, real quick, I want to talk about. Oh, and thanks for watching. Seriously, I really appreciate everybody checking me out. And if you like what you see, subscribe. Okay, like the video and subscribe because definitely helps. Anyway, today I want to talk about sincerity, genuineness, being yourself. Why it's so important to be who you really are. And this actually got brought up. Somebody, Dave, thanks, dude. Dave told me he saw a comment somewhere about how people didn't like, or one individual, I don't want to exaggerate, one individual didn't like my language in some of the videos um, because he wanted to be able to share my stuff with his kid, which totally understandable. I totally get it. And I agree. Like, you want to be able to do it, but you can't. He's in a rock and a hard place. But um, at the end of the day, I made a conscious decision to just be who I am. I know for a fact that videos and content travels farther on the internet if you censor the language, the explicit content. Videos get shared more, especially in the title. Like, you can't, you have to censor the stuff. Look at memes, man. When somebody reposts a meme that's a tweet or somebody, they always censor out, the bad words and everything. But anyway, ultimately, I decided to just leave my language as is because this is who I am. This is how I talk, barring a few circumstances where you can't really talk. Like, if I'm in a classroom full of kids, I'm not going to talk like this, But the reason it's important to be who you actually are is because if you're not, we all put out a mask. This is a fact. Everybody, you can look this up. This is psychology. It's researched. Everybody puts out some sort of a mask, a persona of who we want everyone else to perceive us as, okay? And on social media, you can see this a lot, like especially Instagram. People are posting all their happiness, their travel stuff. They want people to think that they're doing all this. They want people to think of them a specific way. And we all do this. Maybe check out my video about virtue signaling. But anyway, we put out a mask to some certain extent because we want to be accepted by a group, and whatever group you choose to do that is the one you're going to pander to. But when you don't, this is the thing, when you aren't genuine and you're not true to who you are, eventually you start to have this internal conflict where you wish you could be who you actually were, but you're afraid of what people might think. So you keep it bottled up. And then maybe one day you decide to go and display who you actually are. All of a sudden, all the people that you've attracted by your false personality, they don't like you anymore because they thought you were this thing. You attracted them. You branded yourself as this one thing, and now you're rebranding yourself as this other thing. And so you're going to lose a lot of the people around you that you've convinced you're this way. Anyway, so my advice is to just be who you are all the time. It actually requires less energy to be who you are. And even if you're scared, even if people respond totally negative about it, like if you have some belief that you just will not, I believe in a lot of things, and I'm not going to throw some of my beliefs aside just because of the heat or pressure that I get from the mob or a few people online that exaggerate shit and make it seem like it's a bigger deal than what it is. So the other thing I want to say about being yourself is that in this day and age, people are so fake that it's actually refreshing when you see somebody who's completely genuine and who is not afraid to be themselves, okay? Other people who fear that actually admire and respect it, or they're jealous of it. That's another thing entirely. And we gravitate towards people who are unabashedly themselves. And the last thing I want to say is, when you are completely genuine and yourself, and you don't change who you are to suit, the whims of everybody else, you build trust. People know that they can trust you with other things because you're not changing when it suits you. You're not being hypocritical all the time. That's something we can talk about in another video, but that's what I wanted to say today. This is just like sincerity and competence are really what makes people respect another person. Character and competence are the 2 C's. I used to have 3. The third one was charisma, but I found out that was a mistake. So be of high character, be who you are, even if it means losing some people along the way. And I'm going to end with a quote from Dr. Seuss, okay? Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. All right? So if you can, be yourself from the get-go. It'll actually cause you less problems in the long run. And you'll attract the people who like who you are anyway. All right? That's it for today. Like, subscribe to my stuff. Go to shop.janethale.com, which I'll put in the links. And another thing Dave recommended was that I have like a unique sign off to all my videos. So I am going to sign off with a quote, an actual it's not a salutation, it's a sign off. It's a not a greeting, but from Everwind, from my Everwind books. And one of the sayings they have in there when they say goodbye is, may your emblem endure, because an emblem is a symbol of who you are and who you represent and all that shit. And Everwind, it's super important. So that's it. Subscribe, like this video, share it if you find it. And if you disagree, hit me up in the comments. If I'm wrong about anything, tell me. That's the only way to get better, all right? Till next time, may your emblem endure.